possible way.
Yeah. Indeed, indeed. So now spawning up in our northern position here as our blue Protoss. Currently 1-1 with his opponent. He goes by the name of SKMC.
And down in the bottom left from Team Azubu, it is viOlet.
And I love that Azubu is actually picking up a ton of new players now and is making headway straight into the next GSTL. That's gonna be fun to watch because they've picked up a very few interesting players. They actually picked up Top, who I cast yesterday.
Yeah.
We haven't seen forever. And he actually looked all right. He didn't look too bad at all. So he was going up against Revival, I think, and
yeah,
run for his money, but not winning in the end.
I mean, I will say that the Team Azubu roster was strong with just viOlet, and I'm thrilled to see it
True.
improving as well. So, the usual early scout, and of course, this is such a concern for Protoss players, the fact that all their stuff will be spotted at the start. So a lot of Protoss players like to go straight for air or go straight for the observer to kill it off right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. It's a very, very good point. As for now, we have MC just darting around, having a little bit of a look and see what's happening. We'll see the spawning pool right now. And meanwhile, back at home, not really much going on. Again, it's that blind cast. We can say he's probably going to go for a Forge and then probably going to go for a Nexus behind all of this, and etc., 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 to the point where MC's just going to be playing his standard game.
Yeah, like this opening. Ooh, this is interesting. MC kind of is really, really consistent with going for this Forge first, even if he sees the opponent going for a delayed pool or an expand of some sort. Most everyone I know would be going for a Nexus first here, but he likes that quite a bit. And there are some all-ins that we've seen him do as off this, but more often MC does a lot of really nice big Blink Stalker attacks in mid-game.
Yeah, those big Blink Stalker attacks are just so strong when you can sit behind the kind of micro that MC can actually exploit and show and exhibit. And I mean, viOlet's having a look around. He's seeing pretty much the standard builds, but just coming back to the Immortal Sentry all-in on this map, it's funny because a map that presents itself as a good map for an Immortal Sentry all-in, like this map used to for a long time, also at the third base will give you good architecture on the other side of the map for a good secural of a third. So if you're in the shoes of MC, why not go for that third? Why not macro into it? Because MC can go up against the best of them in terms of ZVP macro.
Thus far, MC has just been playing pretty standard from both sides. MC does the usual spot on it. There's really three big timings that you have to worry about as a Zerg. It's 8, 10, and 12 are the big ones.
Yeah.
There's the 8-minute timing attacks, very fast warp gates. 4 to 6 warp gates attack happen right around then. An 8 warp gate will happen more like 8:15, 8:30, but still, you round that down to 8 to help make me correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 10-minute timing pushes would be the 2 base attacks, like the Immortal Sentry all-in. There's an Immortal Colossus Sentry all-in, Colossus Stalker all-ins, like what Squirtle does against Terran. That also happens at 10 minutes. Or the Expand will happen at 8 or 10. And then, of course, there's the 12-minute timing attacks that sort of follow that up, which are more of the going for the Expand and then trying to do a swift push around 12 minutes. A lot of those Blink Stalker follow-ups I was mentioning do hit around 12 to 13. So as a result of this, the Zerg has these nice little time periods where he can say, all right, at 7 minutes, I need to check what's going on. Oh, he's not doing anything. I'm safe until 10. And oh, he's expanding. I'm safe until 12. And it's really important to know those timings as Zergy.
And actually, now that we were speaking about all the variations that actually can occur in this matchup, we actually have a Twilight Council position so far at the back that I'm personally still a believer of that positioning being Dark Shrine, but there is a massive potential for that to be Blink as well.
I would love the Dark Shrine.
Yep.
It makes the most sense in this position. Especially given his economy, he hasn't built any sentries. Oh, please. Please go for a Dark Shrine.
Ooh. Huh?
Any time, Dark Shrine.
I like that one. I like that one. Anytime Dark Shrine. I love it. Especially in HOTS when it's super cheap.
Yeah, yeah. That's, of course, where the saying originated. 100 Dark Shrine, and any time Dark Shrine. Oh, yes.
Nice.
We're seeing the standard play out of viOlet. Scripted, standard, oh so effective. And now with that Dark Shrine about halfway done. You know, if you're in Zerg's shoes, Kellaris, you're going, alright, 8 minutes passed, I'm good. I don't have to worry about anything. He's actually not going to attack me. But that is a mere mirage of hope for the late game. There's Dark Templar coming, Kellaris.
Yeah. And that's a pretty darn formidable form of aggression if you're not prepared for it. But oh, he's building spore crawlers. He's like,
oh, no way.
He didn't see anything. He didn't see any tech other than a robo facility going down now. So he's assuming, well, you know, maybe there's some kind of air or anything else other than a robo coming. So, you know, spore crawlers deal with everything pretty well that isn't a robo. Wow.
At this point in time, the Dark Shrine is not really going to be particularly effective. It's hard to go DT and then transition into Zealot Archon. You can transition into Mass Gateway plus Blink, however, you really kind of wanted to get the +1 attack upgrade.
Yeah.
Look at this. Also getting a Warp Prism. I find that to be a smexy little transition going on there.
Ooh.
He might be able to pick off this Spore Crawler and do some damage, but I think it's smarter to be conservative, pull back a little bit, and try to engage up on the high ground.
Yeah, I think that, you know, maybe MC with the Spore Prism is under the assumption that his opponent is only taking precautions with Spore Crawlers, like on the extremities of his entire infrastructure in the form of his natural and his third. And normally that would kind of block the route into the main or something like that. So picking them up and trying to drop them in there is a very, very cool little try. But there is still that Spore there. But no creep actually properly conjoined in those bases. So, but still, we'll see if it works.
Alright, there's the Warp Prism coming up. I'm so excited, Kellaris. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. Oh, this is going to be excellent. Moving up to the high ground. There is detection up there. Blink, Immortals, variety of other things going down. How's it going to pan out? Spine and Spore up in the main. Will we be able to do anything? Oh, no. Ah, brutal.
Oh, he's trying, but even the Overseer is en route to try and actually deal with this. And all of this is going to get surrounded. He got a Queen for 2 Dark Templars. I can't help but feel that's just not enough.
Yeah, this has not been a good series of exchanges. I mean, now we even have viOlet gooping up the 4th base.
Oh, and he has Burrow as well, so you could easily burrow that one Zergling there if you wanted to, but it does end up dying off. So the Overlord will die. But in turn, viOlet moving out to the middle of the map now with a few Roaches and Zerglings, trying to find a little bit of an opening. He saw his opponent's army, so he knows what he would have to contend against if he got aggressive, but he just wants to continue to hold the middle of the map every time.
Yeah, this is a comfortable spot to be in as viOlet. You already have a reasonable army for pushes. You've held off virtually everything. You're already getting the infestors up. This is traditionally where we do see a push from viOlet. Some sort of assault at the 3rd base, especially given that MC is sort of like screwed himself over tech-wise, going DT Warp Prism without really being able to do much of anything. The Warp Prism is still out on the map, hanging out by that Zel Naga watchtower.
Was that an attempt at British? Or...
No, that was my attempt to rhyme, Kellaris, and I succeeded beyond any reasonable doubt.
Okay.
I am guilty of success.
You are with this rhyming, I must admit. It's been pretty impressive. So, anyway, for now, we have MC still gearing up, trying to find his 3rd, and he has a pretty sizable army, actually, now that I look at it. Good control with sentries on the chokes that could be exploited there. And for now, though, the Hive and the Spire are morphing in, so viOlet is sticking true and tested to the very, very standard builds of this matchup, and this can be really scary for MC to deal with in the position he finds himself in.
Oh, the wall of spine crawlers going up. It's so difficult to pierce through. that pack of units over for Violet on the left side, constantly threatening that expansion. MC's kind of pinned down, needs to either wait until he has an enormous Blink Stalker force, which it looks kind of like he wants to be doing. And, oh, there he goes. Looks like he is doing, again, this big mid-game push with nothing but Blink Stalkers, hitting at this vulnerable period before the Hive is done, and before even a lot of the Spine Crawlers are done.
Yeah, this is the critical mass of Blink Stalkers can actually really work wonders to the point where you oftentimes underestimate the critical mass of Blink Stalkers, but actually Violet pushes in while some units were warping in, trying to deal with those, but is unable to.
Those Immortals need to get up into the front. That Warp Prism is going to be so key for continuing to reinforce, and then just slipping up into the main base to do a big DT. And Zealot warp in. Dark Templar also sort of poaching along the edges to make sure that MC's covering those. And there's another big warp in with Stalkers, and oh, classic Violet style, it's a counterattack!
Oh god, he loves this, and it's actually, there's so much room to exploit here. The third is completely going to be ransacked. There's only 2 cannons there to be able to deal with it. MC realizes that this is going on. He has to go for the full base trade scenario, and right now, Violet could actually crush through a lot of these locations very quickly, but MC has a lot of firepower as well.
There goes down the third base for MC. Violet sweeping up at the same time MC sweeping up. It is going to be a massive base trade. The only functioning base is going to be that fourth for Violet. No, actually 2 Stalkers there are picking away at it slowly. Roach's Lings just swarming up to the high ground. We see MC desperately trying to build a bunch of cannons, but the pylon powering it gets killed off. And up in the main base, an enormous swell of Spine Crawlers trying to hold this off, but MC gets there too early.
Oh, Violet wants those Corruptors out. He's making 6. They're all in the main base in those eggs, so if the Stalkers actually catch those, he won't be able to morph in any Broodlords whatsoever. And actually, he's sat right on top of them. A lot of the drones are burrowed there as well. He needs to kill off those 6 Corruptors, but at the same time, I think he might actually just get eliminated. He has 1 pylon down to the bottom right-hand corner, but not much else. He's trying to pick off the Corruptors, blinking forwards, trying to bring them down. He brings down 4 in total, weakening 2 as well.
Oh gosh, that would have been pivotal to have a few extra Broodlords in that force, just due to the fact that they're just such valuable units. But right now, Violet seems to have figured out the correct way to deal with timing attacks, and that's to just go freaking kill them.
Yeah, seems so. And I mean, he killed off the Greater Spire as well. He could have morphed those 2 Corruptors into Broodlords. Even just that small amount would have been even super useful, but still, MC here scrambling. He's trying to find all the buildings of Violet. Well, but Violet knows exactly where the last pylon is, but oh, he starts a Nexus on the edge of creep. If those drones just unburrow in the main of Violet, they'll spot that very, very quickly.
Oh man. Oh man, what a weird position to be in. It looks like the pylon, Violet is abandoning it as MC starting to split up all his units. Not really that much money for Violet. Violet needs to cancel these and get a few extra funds so he can rebuild in his own main. That's about the safest spot he can hope to be at. That is such a risky Nexus position from MC, but keep in mind he does have that Warp Prism floating with all of his workers inside of it.
Yeah, he still has a lot of money to keep throwing down buildings. This is going to be very, very close indeed. I don't really think Violet wants to actually engage this army. It's so strong. He has so many force fields, catching a few of those roaches in turn. And again, he actually +3 weapons as well. That's a huge big deal here.
Oh my god, he's spotted the Nexus, and it looks like Violet is beelining everything up to that top side. There's a pylon hiding in the corner. MC re-expanding to that top side, but I think this may have been the big mistake for Violet. He walked too many units up to the main base, and now MC is surrounding him.
Oh, he's going to actually go for the engagement, and he will catch a few more roaches for his troubles here. MC's forces are completely split off from one another, but there's just so many hatcheries everywhere. I don't think he can actually catch all of these buildings while still trying to expand himself and trying to defend it, but he catches even more infestors there. And, you know, I knew that those drones were going to spot the Nexus, but I didn't expect them to actually try and kill the Nexus themselves. That was pretty cool.
Oh gosh, that one hero probe down in the bottom left holding out with that pylon. But these roaches are going to be able to find these expansions. There will be a cancel. MC splitting off his units. Oh gosh, whoever wins this game is going to be a jovial gent. I mean, this is such an exceptional decision-making game from both players, but it's just so hard to know who's actually in the lead or not. There's actually the drones heading up to kill off the top Nexus.
And meanwhile, viOlet gets caught on his own ramp at his main as MC kills off a lot of free units there. viOlet doesn't have much more left. Fantastic force fields there by MC once again, catching the remainder of this force. GG!
GG, wow! MC pulled that one off!